Hello and welcome to episode 3 of Shelf by Shelf. It's another month, it's another challenge for myself. If you're new here, hello, this is my reading challenge of the year inspired by a bunch of different booktubers on YouTube. So my main 3 that I mentioned in the first episode, which you should probably watch that, I'll leave it in the corner, in the description, whatever. The main 3 that I mentioned are Kayla, Becca, and Emily Fox. Watch them. I'll link them as well in the description. I love them. Quick explanation. Each episode I pick a random shelf using this mug with papers in it from 1 to 18. And I try to read as many books as possible in that month from that specific shelf. Does that make sense? I hope so. Let's get into it. I'm gonna put back the little paper from last episode, which is paper number 18. It will not focus. Hopefully we don't get number 6 or 18 again, because I personally don't want to read another thriller, even though I have to for, I think it's Magical Readathon, the year-long thing. I've had enough of thrillers though. Okay, so I think that's mixed. We're gonna dig from the bottom. That is 1 paper, because I felt 2 in my hand and I don't want 2 again. So, ooh, bookshelf number 2, that did not focus, which is this one. Great. This is one of the smallest shelves because I have read a lot of them. We're gonna move, hold on. We're gonna ignore everything on top of my bookshelves. It's just Funko Pops and Legos. I have read all of the Fairview Fairy Tale series by Macy Aurora. Loved them. I have read this one last month, so this is an obvious choice. I have read the first book of A Court of Crows. I have not read the second one. And I've read the first book in Fortuna Sworn. I have not read the other ones. So this is honestly one of the easier shelves. So I'm really glad. So I am gonna go with Scarred first, because if I don't like that, I'll unhaul Hooked. I also forgot to mention that we're starting off this episode with 174 unread books. Anyway, my first book for this episode is Scarred. I think this is a Lion King retelling, not really like Hooked, which was just using Peter Pan names. What is this? Yeah, this is Lion King. Honestly, I think I could do this today. Today is the 1st of March and it is a Saturday, so I think I could read this today. I need to finish Burn Our Bodies, which was for last episode. So I will do that and then I'll read this, and I might be back tomorrow or Monday to pick our next book from there. I'm gonna tell you right now, I think I'm gonna have to continue Fortuna Sworn because I don't remember anything about A Court of Crows. I remember loving it and I got it as an ARC. And I remember it being a bunch of characters and I loved them all. I'd have to reread it though, and I don't want to do that just yet. So I will go read these and I'll see you tomorrow? Question mark? I don't know. It's been a day. And not a day, 2 days? A couple days. Let's say 2, because I don't actually know. I did finish Burn Our Bodies, which was for the last video, but I didn't read it then. I hated this. No. This was such a weird book, and not a good weird. It was just weird. The ending was the most strangest thing ever. I don't even know how to explain my thoughts on this book because it's so weird and strange and just no. Not for me. I liked Wilder Girls, but that was just a no. But yesterday I ended up reading 244 pages of Scarred. I'm living. It's kind of like Hooked, but I think this one's better because I'm really liking the chemistry between the 2 characters. I think I told you that this is a Lion King retelling, but not really. It's just a story with the names kind of referencing Lion King. We have 2 brothers who are the king and the prince of this kingdom. The king is called Michael, the prince is called Tristan, and he is one of our main characters. And then we follow Sarah, which is a very random name. And she wants to take down the Fasa kingdom, which are the two brothers. So she wants to kill everyone in that bloodline. And so she ends up being betrothed to Michael. But Tristan and Sarah end up having chemistry and having moments. Oh, and at the same time, Tristan also wants to, take down his brother. It's carnival, I'm sorry. People celebrate that here. I don't know if everywhere they do, but today, actually tomorrow, but tonight is carnival that everyone celebrates. I'm not, because I don't have anywhere to go. So I'll be reading this. Yay! I love having a social life, or not. Anyway, he wants to take down his brother, so we see him like killing people and stuff. Dark romance, again. Loving, having a lot of fun. There's a lot of like tension between the two characters, and I'm loving that so much. I think that these characters have more potential than Hooked, so it's leaning towards a 4 right now. So far there hasn't been any like explicit scenes, so I'm enjoying that. I like a slow burn, you know? My dog is snoring now. I'm having a lot of fun, basically. But I'm almost finishing this, and because I have a holiday tomorrow because it's carnival, why don't we go pick the next one? I already know what it is, but I'll just take you with me. Because that's fun, right? We're not on a tripod, you're in my hand. But we've already been through this, so I'm not gonna go through this again. I'm not gonna do a game of masks, even though it's kind of tempting. I really need to get to this. So my next book will be Restless, Slumber. So today, I'll probably finish this, and then my next book will be Restless, Slumber. And I've already read Fortuna Sworn twice, and I don't remember everything, so I'm gonna have to find some sort of like a summary somewhere. Hopefully there is one, because I'm an idiot. But I'm very excited for this, because I'm finally gonna get to it, because I procrastinate. How long is this? 438 pages. It's fine. But that is the current situation. I'm feeling like this episode's gonna be very successful because it's full of like romantasy / dark romance, because that's what's on the shelf. So it's looking good. Yeah, goodbye. I don't know what I said last clip because this brain isn't really functioning recently. But I'm gonna recap nonetheless. Where is the book? So from what I remember, I was reading Scarred. I did finish this. I gave it a 3. But I did buy the 3rd book. Let me find it. Why did I buy this if both this one and the first one were a 3? The main character is my sister's name. My sister's name is Evelina, by the way. So I bought this. I went to my local like big store that has electronics, merch, and like books just to find this. So here we are. I could read this, but I am reading what I said I was gonna read. Where did I put that? Which is Fortuna Sworn. Fortuna Sworn. The second book, Restless, Slumber. I did have to go through Fortuna Sworn and look through my annotations to figure out who is who, because the names, because this is literally right after the first book, and I did not remember a single name except for the main characters. So it was very jarring. So I had to go back. But I have started this. I read until page 52. And I'm enjoying it so far. However, if this has a love triangle or a reverse harem of sorts, I don't think I'm gonna enjoy this and the rest of the series. So I don't know, we'll see. It's really early in the month. I'm doing great so far, in my opinion. Okay, Thank you so much. Today is the 9th, so yes, I think I can finish this week, the next week that's coming, because today's Sunday. So we'll see. I will keep you updated. However, I am here in this place instead of where I usually do my little updates because, as I said, I bought more books and I did a haul. And the problem with that is I don't have space. Maybe for this I do. Let's see, you're gonna join me in this adventure. The book I'm reading obviously fits in here. And this was like this. This will go on top, but if this would fit for now. Everybody who thinks that this is disorganized, relax. I'm also annoyed, but for now it has to be like this. The question is, will the book that I'm currently reading, oh, it does fit. See, it has to be like this. Because unless I switch these with that, maybe let's do that. We're gonna remove the Ratatouille boys. I don't know. One of them was a Ratatouille. Maybe that's better? I don't know. But we're gonna leave it like that. So the problem I now have is I have around 18 books, I think, on my bed right now because I just filmed that haul that I'm talking about. Same outfit if you go back and look. So either I leave them to the side and every time we reach that shelf I will try and fit them in if I don't like something and remove books, because right now the only place I have space is at the thrillers because I unhauled 3 of the thrillers from last episode. I'm speaking too fast and going out of breath. Or right now I try and find someplace, I don't know. I actually don't know. Not even the romance books will fit. I guess we're gonna have to go with option A of keeping the books in a stack on the side and every episode trying to unhaul books and fit the books that I bought. However, I'm gonna put the books that I had already slightly placed in the bookshelves, hold on, which is this, fits in that little space perfectly. Then I have space for my Call Me Can't Communicate books. Other than that, I don't have space, which is unfortunate because my shopping addiction still remains strong. Let me count the books. 15 books that don't fit on the shelves. We're just gonna have to make do. I'm gonna put them in a stack somewhere. Basically, my shelves are too full. And I have more books at my dad's house, so clearly there is a space issue. But yeah, that is the weird update for now. I don't know. Yeah, I finished Scarred. I'm reading the Fortuna Sworn book, and I'll probably be back when I've read a substantial amount, or finished, who knows. And then I'll read probably the next book in the series, if I like it. Imagine I don't like it. That would be very upsetting. We'll see. Hello, it's a really shitty day right now. It was beautiful this morning and now it's like really dark clouds about to rain kind of vibe, so the quality of the lighting might not be great, but we're gonna move on. I always say this every clip. I don't remember what I said last time because I do so much in between each clip. I think we had just chosen that I was gonna continue with the Fortuna Sworn series and I did. I think I might have told you that I had to reread slightly through my notes, my annotations in Fortuna Sworn, which made me a little bit more confident going into Restless Slumber. I finished this a couple of days ago and I don't know how to feel about this. I really loved the first one. I gave it a 4-star, so I was expecting a lot. But this took a turn that I wasn't expecting, so I'm a bit disappointed. I think I'm giving it a 3, I'm not sure. There's just too much going on in here that I don't like as a reader. It's kind of giving reverse harem vibes. I kind of don't want to spoil for those who are interested in this series, but yeah, it's giving reverse harem. It kind of gives that energy in the first one as well, but I didn't mind it. Then now it's a little bit more complicated. I also thought that the plot was going to be set in the court but it's not. She is above ground the whole time, basically. I hated the ending so much. Oh my god, I had forgotten about it. I've kind of deleted this from my brain in the past couple of days, but I really, really hated the ending. I'm obviously not going to say what happens in the end because I might spoil someone and I don't want that, but that was so unnecessary. I did not need that. Did not need to read that. There are trigger warnings. If you get triggered easily, I'd read them before reading this book. There's a content warning at the beginning of all of these books. I'm usually not someone who gets like affected. I didn't get affected. I just didn't think it was necessary, if that makes sense. If it had been necessary, the thing that happened, okay, sure, whatever. Personally, I don't think it was necessary. I think it was so just not for me. Let's just say that. I don't even know how to put this into words. I'm disappointed. Moral of the story, this was just sad. Regardless of the situation, we finished the second book of the shelf so far, and now we're going to move on to the third. I'm not going to go back there because I've already picked the next book, which is obvious. It is the sequel, the third book, this one, which is 500 pages. This one was 400 and something, so slightly bigger. And here is why I'm picking this. The two options that I have from that bookshelf that I am willing to read right now, so not the A Court of Crows series by Eliza Eveland. This one, for obvious reasons, and then I have the third book in the Never After series that I've read the other book in this vlog so far. Thing is, though, I want to read this first because I have this and the fourth book. And if I still dislike this series and the plot in this one, because I've read some things, we're gonna ignore the like low-key trumpet noise from upstairs. They're like fixing their floor or something. I don't know. I have neighbors, this is an apartment complex, whatever. I want to read this one because if I don't like this one, like I didn't really care for this one, I am just gonna give up. I'm gonna unhaul the second, third, and fourth books and keep the first one because that's the only one I've liked so far. We don't know, but I have seen like Instagram posts with these books and the tropes, the typical like Instagram thing where people have like arrows to the tropes in the book, and I've seen some things that I don't like being referenced, so we'll see, I guess. This doesn't seem from the back like I'm gonna like it because yeah, but we're gonna see. I'm always gonna give it a shot. It's 506 pages long. I can't read this right now because I'm finishing a book, but tomorrow I will 100% start this. Today is the 17th, so I still have quite a few days left. Oh my god, it's raining. Cool. So I think I'm doing really good this episode, so far at least. I think I can get to 4 books because after this, I'm already spoiling you. I'm gonna read Wretched, because I need a break from this world even if I want to continue with the 4th book. So that is the situation. Other than that though, there's something happening tomorrow that is a little bit scary but fun at the same time. I'm nervous and excited. So if you have not noticed, I don't know, I have really long hair. This is my waist. I have really long hair. Can you tell? Cool. Which is great, fun and dandy. I've always had long hair, but it is so heavy. It causes me headaches. And I get really bored very easily with my hair after a while if I don't cut it, and I haven't cut it in like 6 months maybe, which is maybe my own fault, whatever. But I've decided to drastically cut my hair because I usually cut a bunch of my hair off, but never like a short hairdo. This time I'm doing a short hairdo. Haircut. Yeah, hopefully I look okay because I'm so used to having long hair that I know what I look like with long hair. I don't know what I look like with short hair. The last time I had short hair I was like 10 and I did not look good. Insert pictures of that horrific moment. But yeah, hopefully I look okay. I'm very nervous. It's also my first time at this specific hairdresser, so we'll see. Hair grows, it's fine at the end of the day. I'm I don't really care if it doesn't look good, it will grow. But yeah, I'm nervous. So tomorrow I will probably have started this, or the next day, and you'll see my short hair. So I'll see you in the next clip with different hair. Goodbye. This is my new hair. I have a love-hate relationship with it, but we're here because I have read a little bit of the book. I am on page 230 of Deadly Dreams. Yeah. And I'm not liking this at all, which is very miserable. There's just a lot going on that doesn't make sense. And I don't know how to explain it without spoiling, since this is book 3. I'm not having a good time, if I'm honest. There is just a lot that I don't like in it. I don't think it's for me, which is very sad. If I still dislike it at the end, and when I finish it I don't like it, I might be unhauling all of these, which is very, very sad. Not the first one. I'm keeping the first one because that's the only one I loved, so whatever. I think if you've read this, you know what I maybe mean. There's just a lot of new characters in this book that make no sense to me. There's a lot of random shit going on. Same as book 2. There was a lot going on in that one. There's just too much. And not in a good way, because there could be too much in a good way. I don't know. I just wish it was something else. I don't know. Something else.
I want something else. I want something else.
But that was the update. I can't really give you my full thoughts without spoiling. So yeah, just moral of the story, I am miserable. Not having a good time with this book. Yeah, goodbye. So here's the thing. I'm really not having a good time. I am struggling so hard. I have 50 pages left, and I'm really not liking it. I don't know what it is. I'm just not having fun. So, unfortunately, I'm gonna stop reading this series after I finish this book. This is book number 3. I have book number 4, but I guess I'm never gonna read that unless somebody convinces me that it's gonna be better, but I highly doubt. So today is the 24th, so I still have a bunch of time to read. Before I read the next book, which we are gonna pick right now, but before I read that, I have to read my buzzword, one of them. This is not that long and it has big writing, so I think it will be fine. I'll read this in a couple of days, maybe. Hopefully I like it and it goes fast. I'm gonna finish this today, obviously, and start this. But because I didn't like this book, we're gonna have to rearrange my bookshelf and pick the next one, so we're gonna go do that now. We are going to ignore the lighting. It's the middle of the afternoon. So we will be removing these two from the bookshelf. I'm not even gonna try Beautiful Nightmare. It's also massive, so thank God for that. So now we have space for one of the books that I bought recently. Which one? I don't know. I'm just gonna go with the first one on my stack. That would fit something else, but I'm not gonna try, I think. That also does not look really good, so I don't know. I'll have to reorganize later. I don't like the way this looks, but we still have to pick what I'm reading next, and I'm not counting the one I just put there. I am gonna read this. Like I said, this is probably gonna be a fast read like the other two were, so I'm not scared. It is 400 pages, big writing, but yes, that is the update. So this is the next read. I'm gonna go. Hello, it is a few days later, and I have finished Wretched, or Wretched, I don't actually know. I didn't tell you what this is about. This is a Wizard of Oz retelling or Wicked, I don't actually know. But there's names like Dorothy, Nessa, not Elphaba, but Evelina, and like names referring to that. So I don't know, Wicked or Wizard of Oz. We follow Evelina, who is a main like player in like this gang that distributes drugs. She is the one that makes the drugs. And we also at the same time follow Nicholas, and he is a DEA agent who is undercover trying to bust this gang, and they end up getting involved before he goes undercover, and so there's like tension the whole time. Yeah, I ended up giving this a 3, maybe a 2.5. This one was my least favorite so far, I think. I don't know how to explain it. This was just not great, I guess. It was okay. I had fun. So here is, because this is not, I'm not reading anything else. Today is the 31st. I'm not reading anything. This is gonna be the last clip of the vlog. Spoiler. I don't think I'm gonna continue with this series. I just wanted to read this one because it has my sister's name in it. So I think I'm unhauling all 3 of these, which is kind of sad, but I don't know. So let's once again move close to the bookshelf. Wow, Servalicious. You're gonna have to be at this angle. So these 3 books, 1, 2, 3, are gonna go because I don't think I'm ever gonna reread them, logically, realistically. So now we have way more space, thank God, for more books. So I'm reorganizing this for like the 7th time. I keep books that are like the soft velvety feel up here, that are really heavy books, if you know what I'm talking about. But I don't think I have any more. I think I'm just gonna have to put something random, like my new books, maybe? Again, the same book is gonna go up there. And another one fits. So maybe this one? Holy Christ. Yep, that fits. Cool, we're gonna leave it like that. So to recap this episode, I'm gonna go get all the books. So these are the 6 books that have been featured in this episode. These 4 being the ones that I actually read. If I remember correctly, 3-star, 2.5, 3-star, 3-star, / 2.5 because I'm still deciding. So we ended up with 6 unhauled books, which means that my current TBR is 180, I think. It's gone up. We're just gonna ignore that. I did buy books, so that is a consequence of buying said books. My TBR will go up, but it's not that much of a difference, so it's okay. I think I'm at 180 right now. I think. If it's wrong, I will put it somewhere on the screen, maybe in front of my face, I don't know. But I think it's 180, maybe. But that is everything for today, and I'll see you in my next weird video. Bye!